Every day, the average Malaysian throws away enough food to fill a backpack. Multiply that by millions, you get a staggering 39,000 tons of waste choking our cities. Why do we waste so much? And how can we turn this tide before it's too late? Our habits are costing the environment and our health, but there's hope. Join us as we discover the hidden drivers of Klang Valley's waste epidemic and discover how smarter policies and everyday choices can rewrite this story.
As cities expand and more people move in, the amount of trash we produce keeps growing. At the same time, much of the food we buy ends up being thrown away before it's even eaten. With more people and more waste, our current systems are struggling to keep up. This situation harms the environment, affects our health, and wastes valuable resources. Rotting waste releases harmful gases, pollutes water, and contributes to rising costs. We need smarter ways to manage our waste, like using technology to sort and reuse it, teaching people better habits, and encouraging communities to cut waste together. Small actions today can lead to a cleaner, greener Malaysia tomorrow.
Let's talk about what causes food waste. First, consumer habits. A lot of people buy more food than they need, especially during sales or promotions. We stock up, forget about it, and then it spoils in the fridge. This is a mix of poor planning and our culture of overconsumption. Next, we've got aesthetic standards in supermarkets. Fruits and vegetables that don't look perfect, like a misshapen carrot or a slightly bruised apple, are often rejected, even if they're totally fine to eat. This kind of waste happens before the food even reaches us. And then there's overproduction. Farms and food industries sometimes grow or produce more than they can sell, either to meet uncertain demands or to stay competitive. The extras are often end up being wasted, especially if there's no system in place to redistribute them.
Did you know food waste is not just about throwing away leftovers? It is a serious environmental, social, and economic issue. In Malaysia, large amount of food end up in landfills every day where they release methane gas, which contributes to climate change. On top of that, overflowing landfill also pollute our soil and water while attracting pests that pose health risks, especially in highly populated areas like the Klang Valley. At the same time, many Malaysians still suffer from food insecurity. This contrast highlights a serious social imbalance in which some have too much while others do not have enough. Economically, food waste leads to significant losses of household, businesses, and the country as a whole.
I will talk about the challenges in existing waste management system. The first challenge in existing waste management system is too much waste. Every day, people throw away a huge amount of garbage like food scrap, plastic wrappers, bottles, clothes, and broken tin. Cities are struggling to collect and manage all this trash. As the population grows, the amount of waste keeps increasing. That's that. The challenges also including plastic waste. Plastic is everywhere and used for bags, bottles, and packaging, but it takes hundreds of years to break down. A lot of plastic ends up in the ocean, hurting fish, turtles, and birds. It's also found in the soil and even in our food.
For the challenges in existing waste management system due to the increasing amount of modern waste, today's waste management needs to be more comprehensive. One big problem in Malaysia's current system is the lack of automation, since most steps still depend a lot on manual work. For instance, waste collection is done on fixed schedules and checked by people, instead of using real-time data. This causes problems. In crowded places, bins often overflow, while in other places, there are many that remain empty. Another serious issue is poor waste sorting. Sorting waste probably helps recycle more materials and lower the cost. But depending only on people to sort waste by themselves does not enough. This makes the system less efficient, raises costs, and makes pollution worse.
Hi everyone, did you know the food waste in landfill produce methane, which is a greenhouse gas 25 times more potent than the carbon dioxide? So by understanding the decomposition science, we see why proper composition and anaerobic digestion can convert waste into clean energy and fertilizer. So let's begin our 3 technology-driven strategy for the waste reduction. So the first one will be AI-powered smart bins, optimize collection of roads and also reduce fuel use. So the second strategy here will be app. We can having some app like Too Good To Go to connect user to prevent waste. The mobile app can also reward user for proper recycling. So the third strategy here will be the biogas, turning organic waste into renewable energy, which is really a win-win situation for the sustainability. So science and technology alone aren't enough. So we need the help of society. So of course, the first one, we can have some public education. School and media must expose more waste reduction strategy to the public. And also we can have some policy action like stricter law on single-use plastic.
Okay, so to know how this issue about food waste really affects the residents in Klang Valley, I prepared some questions for you, and I hope you can answer them. So the first question, as someone living here, what's the most visible waste-related issues in your neighborhood?
Well, I think the biggest problem will be the food waste, especially from the wet market as well as in the residential areas. Usually, especially after the weekends, there are quite a lot of food waste clogging the drains, and this can actually attract pests, especially like rats and stray animals as well, and will affect our daily life. We did try to do composting activities, but however, we don't have enough space for the composting activities.
Okay, so the last question, what's one change that you wish to see so that this city is clean?
Well, I think that we should have a community compost hub or even better access to some recycling facilities. So places like this should be implemented in every city so that it can make a huge difference for it. We can actually ask schools and mosques to help to be the place whereby we can put our recycling stuff and do compost at there as well. So I think that authorities should actually listen to what we as residents on how to manage this type of waste rather than they are just making these top-down policies.
Okay, thank you very much for answering this question today. So as we all can see, the waste crisis in Klang Valley is not unstoppable. By addressing the inefficiencies, fostering public accountability and embracing innovation, we can pave the way for a cleaner, healthier Malaysia. From policymakers to everyday citizens, everyone has one role to play. Together, let's rethink waste, not as an endpoint, but resources for a sustainable future. Thank you very much.